Dun, 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 dun. I'm trying to hide my feet the best way I can. uh, I went to Speedway and got me some coffee this morning. I usually do get some drink coffee or tea in the morning. Tea is better, but coffee is fine. Coffee is fine. The jacket is fine. The jacket is fine. Okay. I might not do too many cards from this deck because this is like a long read deck. So this is just a general tarot. And the card I chose or got is Daughter of Sticks. If you have any questions, you can DM me about tarot readings. You can DM me about readings. Any questions, DM me about readings. I know it's in the back somewhere. 10 of Coins, 8 of Coins. Maybe I'm a liar. Maybe it's in the front. Because I see 4 of Sticks, 10 of Sticks. Then they go to Ace of... Oh, okay, maybe that's in the Major Arcana. Oh. It's in the Major Arcana. So this one has like the daughter, son, and mother. This is the Hoodoo Tarot. One of my only like general regular tarot decks now. Most of my decks are all love readings now. Love Oracle. I miss my Revelations deck. Like, so much. Like, it's the worst thing in the world to not have what you love the most. Well, not what I love the most, but you know, it's like, that was like my favorite deck. Like, it was a really good deck. So this card isn't that long. The reading isn't that long, so I'm going to do the image and the meaning. Plant is funu, Greek, and garlic. Since it's a hoodoo deck, they tell you, you know, what plants, I guess, help heal this energy, bring the energy, whatever you need for the card specifically. So the image is the Daughter of Sticks is rearing up on a horse in order to change directions. The flock of birds above forming an arrow indicate that this is the best course of action. I'm probably going to start pulling one card from this deck every single day and reading it. That sounds like the best idea to me to get through this deck because, like I said, it's like this is one card itself. And there might be some on the back. No, it's not. But you get what I'm saying. You get my point. So, the flock of birds forming an arrow indicate that this is the best course of action. So basically, listen to nature. That's what the image is saying. Like, you know, the birds are directing. Okay, the Daughter of Sticks is rearing up on a horse in order to change directions. Like, she's pulling on the horse to make the horse go another way. And the flock of birds above are forming an arrow to indicate that this is the best course of action. The flock of birds are basically guiding her with what, you know, how we say when birds are going in an arrow, they're flying this way or they're going that way. So they're saying, well, the birds are in an arrow to let her know that she's doing the right thing. So, yeah. Meaning, the Daughter of Sticks is, so listen to nature. What you can take from that meaning is like, listen to nature and pay attention to how things move around you when you move. Meaning, the Daughter of Sticks is all about getting pumped up to get the job done and maintaining that high energy until the very end. On the positive side, she's so good, high energy. We have high energy. We're keeping high energy. We're getting the job done. We're maintaining until the end. On the positive side, she is passionate, determined, bold, free-spirited, and charming. Very charming. We're all very charming. Yes, we are, you know, our mother's daughters. Even if you're a man, you know your mother's son, very charming. But this is saying she, so we're gonna give it to the girls. But also, men, if you have something that you're taking from this, come take it and run with it. Because when I do the sun, or when I do the masculine energy, I'll probably say the same for the woman, you know, because this is not, you know, it's not just directed at one person, but the energy is probably more feminine. So yeah, this could be somebody you know as well. That's why we include the males, because maybe it's not about you, it could be someone you know. So when you start to get, you know, you get to thinking and your mind gets to moving, then you're like, oh, okay, this could be this person in my life. This feels like this person's energy, you know. Self-assured and loves to travel. On the negative side, she is hot-tempered, abusive, overly competitive, insecure, loud. I'm very competitive a little bit. I don't know. I think it's jealousy, competitiveness. It's a mix of it. Insecure, loud, boisterous, jealous, a show-off, and a habitual procrastinator. In a reading, I procrastinate sometimes too. That's why I gained 30 pounds. In a reading, if she does not represent a literal person with these qualities, and she represents these attributes, she represents a situation. If it's not about a person, it's about a situation. So maybe it's telling you the energy, which act up, you can get snatched up, and I'm gonna snatch that from me too. So it could be telling you about the energy of when you travel or when you go into situations. It's like you have to understand your positive traits, which could be you being passionate, you're determined, you're bold, free-spirited, charming, you a revolutionary, you're self-assured, and you love to travel. And then you have to pay attention to the energy that you carry as well. That could be negative, or the energy of the situation or the place that you're going. You know, everybody could be hot-tempered. The situation could be abusive situations, you know, or you could be in a person, you could turn into an abusive person once you get angry. You could be ready to, you could be somebody who likes to fight when you get mad. Hot-tempered, abusive, overly competitive, insecure, loud, boisterous, jealous, and a show-off, and a habitual procrastinator. So that could be your energy that you might carry into situations on your negative side, and then you know that you have your positive side as well. Or this could just be you walking into a situation and me letting you know what's to come in that situation by telling you, you know, you might meet people who are passionate. The energy is like determination, makes you feel determined. You might feel passion in your like situation, or this could be a relationship too. You might feel passion in your situation. You could feel bold and free-spirited. Definitely could be a relationship when they say abusive. The relationship could make you feel free-spirited, or this person could be free-spirited. You know, this could be a woman dealing with a man who has these negative sides, but they focus more on the positive than they focus on the negative, you know, and you need to pay more attention to that negative. Okay. Change directions. The flock of birds above forming an arrow indicating that this is the best course of action. So, yeah. See, I be thinking I just said something, then I'll be like, you know what? I'm finna stop right there because I just gave it to you. But people don't always understand in that energy. Like, sometimes you got to keep going to get the message across. You can't just throw it in people's faces and just leave it there and expect people to get it or catch on. But yeah, like I said, this person could have these qualities. They could love to travel. Maybe you go out with someone that likes to travel, but once you guys get to traveling, and you know, sometimes they get hot-tempered, they get abusive, they get overly competitive. If you're a dancer, you could be dealing with another like female that you travel with, and they have these attributes to them. And maybe it's time for you to switch up your partner or something. You know, this could go in so many different ways, but I like the ways that I said, so let's think about those. For you girls, it's definitely a situation. If you travel more, expect that energy when you travel. Or also for the girls, if you're dealing with a man who has that energy, that's what it sounds like, honestly. You know, it sounds like a relationship, because like things go so many ways. So the same way it could go It could be an energy for a person. It could be an energy for an area or an energy for a specific place, you know, or it could be someone's energy that you know instead of yours, or it could be yours and theirs, or maybe you connect with them so much because you understand their positive and their negative side because you do the same things. But that doesn't mean that it's a good thing. Or if you feel like, you know, it works, but it doesn't, because it was saying you're changing directions in the image. That's what the image was speaking on, changing directions. So you need to change directions. If you're here looking for an answer, you need to change directions in your situation. All right, bye.